Hello, y'all. It's High Priestess Jamila. Hope I ain't scaring nobody. I ain't wearing no makeup tonight, y'all. And then I got this overhead light above me. Let me try to get better lighting here. Wanted to come and remind y'all about Beltane. Now, Beltane will be extremely powerful. Very, very powerful. I always tell y'all to do your own research. Do your own research about the Sabbats. See how it resonates with you. Beltane is all about balance. It's all about your divine masculine and the divine feminine energy. And it's just going to be very, very romantic. This ritual will be on May the 1st. Make sure y'all get signed up in advance, okay? Also cleanses, okay? Cleanses are extremely important, okay? So, oh, hey, happy birthday, Thea Lightweaver. How old are you? How old are you? You been having a good birthday? I know that I have been, man, I've been sleep. I've been sleep. I've been working on cases for clients and then sleeping. I haven't had much energy for anything else. So, yeah. I ain't even put no makeup on today. Ah, you're 37. That is, that was my year of coming out of the broom closet was when I was 37. Yeah, man. Yeah. So, I'm sorry if I look old. Do I look old? I keep having people trying to make me feel like I'm supposed to be looking old. I don't see it. I don't see it. But, I don't know. Here's my whole thing about it is that yeah, see, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Thea. Yeah, I try to keep the makeup out, but I like putting on makeup. I've been getting some really good sleep though. And then some other stuff that I've been doing that we won't be discussing today. But I did get those white roses that Yemi Ya had been asking for. I was gonna show those to y'all. Ain't they pretty? Because Yemi Ya likes white roses. So she got her white roses on her altar and she's been pretty satisfied with that. So um I'm gonna be working with so Beltane is not just going to be a love ritual, but it's actually going to be Venus in general. Venus in general, as far as with your money as well. Okay. And so a lot of people take that as, oh, I've got to have a man in order to manifest, and that's actually not true. If you're single, you can still manifest. Most of us witches that are manifesting, with the way that these men are very, very religious, a lot of us, we have to kind of like keep that, women, we have our secrets. We do. We have our secrets, okay? So, we're the chariots, okay? These men, they kind of laying down. They kind of not really taking responsibility. It's very, very um, frustrating. Now, that's going to be what our Beltane is going to be about. It's going to be about the divine masculine taking his place spiritually where he's supposed to be. And as opposed to, you know, I'm going to ignore, walk away, deny, because at some point they're going to have to start taking spiritual responsibility for all this stuff that's going on. So that's what Beltane is going to be even more about, because I talk to so many women all the time. A lot of women are tired of having an intuition as far as what is going on spiritually, but then the man not understanding it. So, for example, instead of your divine masculine understanding the energy that's coming in through spirit, he's more so either blaming you, ignoring it, or trying to avoid it or purposely distract himself. So, a lot of y'all men out there that don't want to take spiritual responsibility, if you're supposed to be taking the spiritual path, you gonna realize that it's time to open up the third eye and take your place spiritually, because women can't do it on their own anymore. They're gonna have to take responsibility. Have y'all noticed that? You'll see a bad spirit come in, you'll see witchcraft being used on him, and then he'll just sort of be like, oh, dazed and confused instead of taking responsibility. So, this is going to also work on your divine masculine's third eye. So you can go ahead and open up that role for him so that he can start being more spiritually responsible. Because right now, the status quo is either to not believe in anything at all, or either to be more so into the whole Jesus thing, which I get why. I mean, I was working with Jesus earlier today too, so I get why people still do that. But there's many other levels. There's levels to this, okay? And so we got to start having these men see the higher perspective of it. But one thing I can tell you is that they can't take their places on their throne just so that they can have status or attention. They have to do it because they want to do it in their heart. They have to truly connect to the spiritual being that they are, so that they can do it with their heart and soul, and not just for the money. Not just because many of us that do it big in the witchcraft spiritual business, we could have did it much bigger in other areas, but we decided that this was important. That's what we decided, because it is. So a lot of y'all women right now, y'all probably tired as hell because y'all been fighting this spiritual war by y'allself, while he sits up there and gets distracted by other stuff that shouldn't even matter. Okay, they're going to find out that it does matter, and you're going to have to take your place. Hopefully, they'll decide. Hopefully, a lot of your men will become more responsible spiritually. Okay, it may not happen overnight. That's the one thing. Because in order for them to truly connect with you tantrically, they're going to have to connect with their life purpose. A lot of them, their life purpose, they're not living within their life purpose. So this particular Beltane is going to be very, very deep. Okay? Very, very deep, especially for the witches out there. Because a lot of y'all man, he either you ain't met him, he lost in the world, or you got your man, but he's not where he's supposed to be spiritually with you. And the reason why is it's been done like that by design. It's been done like that on purpose. Okay? So, that's pretty much what a majority of the issue is. A lot of women are tired of fighting this spiritual war. I'm talking about the inner and the outer, and what is happening etherically and spiritually. Okay? So as far as y'all that want protection, this is some of the things that the divine masculine is going to be working on with these men. It's very important for them to do it. It's sitting up there being distracted, wasting time, dealing with loose women, dealing with all kind of stuff. That ain't what they supposed to be doing. They supposed to be fighting these spiritual battles with us. They supposed to be our priests. If you're a high priest, S, he's supposed to be the priest. And he ain't supposed to be doing a lot of that other stuff because everything is being renewed. Everything is being renewed and changed over for the better. And we are expanding upon a lot of those other religious traditions. We're expanding on that. Okay. And so this is what's happening is an expansion. So make sure y'all get in Beltane. It's in what, 12 days? May the 1st. Okay. And I've been conserving up my energy for cleanses because I've been cleansing a bunch of people. Okay, so make sure y'all get those cleanses because they are very, very, very important. A lot of y'all people are just sending you bad spirits. You got stuff attached to you. And it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Like I've been actually busier than normal because of this, especially with everything that's going on. And they say that they about to do a fourth round of the stimulus checks, but from what spirit showed me, they gonna have us, they gonna be sending out money all the time. The government's gonna be sending out money all the time, which they need to. So the money aspect of it, what should have been happening in the last month, because there's a lot of people that don't know how to manifest money. Okay, they don't. The reason why they don't is because they're too worried about money. When you're worried about money, you can't manifest money. So we're having like this transition. Hello, is it Martine? Hello. We're having this transition whether or not they like it or not. It's too many people out there stressed out over stuff that you don't need to be stressed out about. So it's going to also be about the money. This Beltane that's coming up, this whole thing to where, this whole stressful thing and everything stressful and everybody should be stressed out, and you're never going to have money if you have that relationship with money. Ever. You're never going to have money because that's not how it manifests. It's been people dying and killing themselves left and right over money. So obviously, when people start dying for money, aka energy, that's when you realize that the world within itself has a problem. That's when you realize that. So it's a very powerful transition that we are going through right now. It kind of feels like what is going on, but it's almost like a lot of us are butterflies coming out of our cocoon. That's literally what's happening. And it's actually a good thing. Everybody takes it as a bad thing. And it's time for everybody to step it up. Step it up. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. Seriously. Stop trying to steal other people's divine masculines. Stop trying to compete with each other, women. We're all beautiful in some kind of way. I know I'm a goddess. I know that much. I feel like I am a goddess. Do you think they will require a vaccine passport in order to travel? I don't want that. That's a good question. That's a good question, Thea Lightweaver. Because if I were y'all, I wouldn't get the jab. I'm just saying that. Like, they may flag this, but it's been people dying and becoming paralyzed. Don't get that shot. I wouldn't, honestly. Honestly, I've heard of people getting the shot, especially older people. A lot of the elderly and older people are getting those shots and they are dying days later. They are dying days later. And I don't necessarily want our elderly people to die. I've always liked older people. If it's an older person that's a nuisance, then it's usually them older people taking their cholesterol medicine. And that people don't realize, like, people don't realize that that stuff is messing people up, is messing up their body. Um, yeah, lavender flower. I had read that somewhere too. That I believe that the COVID vaccine killed DMX. I believe that if he got the jab, if you get the jab and you die like a week later, they're gonna say, "Oh, well, maybe you were dying anyway." It's just really sad. I wouldn't do it, and they can't force us to do it either. If they try to prevent us from traveling by doing that, by forcing people to do it, I believe eventually it'll pass. I don't think that you should get that jab just to be forced to travel. Just so that you can travel. I'm thinking that maybe go by car, maybe if you can get somewhere. I know I'll never do it. I'll never do it. I'm sure they'll probably be up at the airports with them needles waiting for you. I don't get flu shots though. I don't get any of that stuff. I don't get any of that stuff. I never have. And I've had the flu maybe a few times. I've gotten a little sick before, you know what I'm saying, throughout the years, but I don't get sick all the time. This current stuff that I've been feeling is just people being sick all the time, which is abnormal. So, and then I also feel as though they are putting things out in the environment to mess with your immune system. I believe that the our immune systems are being tampered with big time. I do. I do. Yeah. Not just vaccine injuries, but injuries from medication, man. You wouldn't believe how many people have messed up their body with the medications and stuff. I'm trying to not be codependent on allergy medicine. I'm trying to get off of allergy medicine. Like for allergies, like Benadryl, that I've had to take it. The allergies over here in Georgia are so bad, but I don't know what they be putting in the air over here. It's this all this yellow stuff all over my front porch and stuff. So they claim that it's pollen. I don't I Yeah, there's a lot of work to be done. Yeah, because I just wouldn't do it. I don't care if they can flag this down, they can target me all they want. I wouldn't suggest doing any of that stuff. I wouldn't suggest doing it. Y'all know when I was pregnant with Jacob, I went to the pharmacy to get something. I think that, you know what I think I was getting? I think I was getting some poppycock. Y'all know those that Orville Redenbacher's poppycock, the caramel and stuff, and you can either get chocolate, you can get apple. So I walk in there and I'm like 4 months pregnant with Jacob. And the lady comes up to me and asks me, she said, "Would you like a flu shot?" And I was like, no. And see, she didn't really know that I'm already one of those kind of people. I'm not gonna. And I told her, I said, "I'm pregnant, first of all. I'm 4 months pregnant." And she was like, "Oh, it's totally safe for pregnant women." Do y'all know that I went home and read several articles where the new flu shot that they were giving that year and offering that year was causing miscarriage? So I don't trust them. I don't. If I felt like I were dying, I would not go to the hospital. Nope. I'm sorry. Which, yeah, I couldn't believe it. And so they'll tell you anything. I'm just saying, I wouldn't get it. I wouldn't get it because people are dying on that stuff, and then people are getting sick. And I've heard all sorts of things about it, like as far as like what it's actually going to do to your body. And so I think it was obvious what it could do to your body, like the lady that passed out. Remember the one that passed out? That lady that but and I'm like, so what exactly are they trying to say So I wouldn't even look at it as a spiritual experience because it was almost like she kind of died and came back to life. That's not that. No, don't let nobody do that because you never know what they got in that shot spiritually. It might be a one-way ticket to hell in that shot. You might end up taking that shot and be on the highway to hell. I just wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do it. And I think people need to start paying attention. You are letting these people inject things in your body. You are letting them inject things in your body, things that you don't even need. You were healthy before they injected you. We all was healthy before they injected us. When there were diseases like polio and stuff like that, that was mainly because of unsanitation. It was mainly because of germs and things not properly being sanitized. I wouldn't suggest it. And I've seen doctors that have actually said, I'm a doctor and I will not get my children vaccinated because it ain't doing nothing but messing up their bodies. You'll be a patient for life. It's one of the biggest forms of witchcraft being used right in our faces. Besides obvious religion. Um and so yeah, that's why my spirits years ago, they didn't let me get into the medical industry at all because it's gonna fall. It's falling. It is. It's falling. That's why that lady fell down. That was a sign. That was that whole they ain't been doing nothing but making us sick. I'm just gonna tell y'all the truth, man, for real. That's why a lot of doctors became naturopath doctors. A lot of them, like, if you're a doctor, you're going to do whatever it takes. You have to go along with the bureaucracy of, even if you're a doctor or a nurse. So that's why my spirits, for years, I was like, I want to be a nurse. I want to be a doctor. And spirit said nope. And now that we're looking at what's happening right now, I see why they did that. You know what I'm saying? Because and it's now those of you that this is your career, I don't have anything against you. I have current clients that are nurses. I have current clients that work in hospitals. So my doors are always open to you guys because y'all need cleanses. Y'all been around all those sick people. You've been around all those evil people that's trying to make people sick. So yeah, they're trying, exactly. They trying to kill you. They're trying to kill us, as many of us as possible. And I feel that if it's probably that whole natural selection thing, like okay, you're going to go and get a shot to prevent you from getting sick, but what do they think? Okay, so we've all already been exposed to COVID. I've been exposed to COVID so many times. To me, it seems like the flu. I feel like I ain't even gonna say nothing because we about to get them checks from the government. And but I think it's okay for me to tell y'all, don't get the jab. Don't do it. You know? So yeah. Yeah, the air quality over here in Georgia is pretty bad. And I actually want to get a couple of air purifiers for the house because they really do work. Them air purifiers, they actually do work to purify and filter a lot of that out. But like I said, and see, they had took one of my videos down because to I told people a very, very simple and very, very effective way of clearing out the air in your whole house, which involves your stove. Boiling lemons, limes, or oranges with garlic and onion, and maybe you can throw some herbs in there. Do a brew on the stove. They actually began targeting me because of that, because people was doing it and it was working. It was working. The last thing that you need, I mean, you got to understand that spiritually, physically, we are all dealing with several different things at the same time. This was the last thing that the world needed, was to deal with that. So yeah, they actually got mad at me and took down one of my videos, and because I had said that the way that you can, what will help you with what's going on is doing the boils on your stove. Because when you boil something on your stove, if you notice, let's say that you're making a chicken, like you making some chicken noodle soup, and you know how you have to boil the chicken on the stove, in water, right? So you can tell that the smell just is going to aerate through the whole house anytime you're boiling something. So when you boil something, when you boil lemons, when you boil garlic, when you boil onions, it's going to put these droplets in the air. It's going to make it easier for you to breathe. It's going to really, really set the spirit and the tone in your house. They got mad at me because I told people that, and they took down one of my, yeah, doing boils on the stove will actually clean the air better than an air purifier. It will aerate through your whole house. It'll make it easier to breathe. And I don't know why I felt symptoms of whiplash like a week or so ago. I don't know what that was about. Like all of a sudden I had these weird symptoms of whiplash, and I have not been on an airplane. I don't know what was up with that. I don't think that maybe it's just the same symptoms, but it's definitely whatever it is, it's traveling by air. So, not saying that they're wrong, but I think that they are, though. I think they're covering up something. I definitely do. The all of the suffering and the death that we're experiencing, they need to be sending us checks tomorrow. They said that they're going to do a fourth stimulus check, but that Biden wasn't sure if he was going to do it. Well, he better do it, because look at what you've sent us all through. They have sent us through so much trauma just the past several years. Just constant trauma. Like, we've been seeing people dying around us. You got people, we're watching people get shot live. We're now having to witness, this is like a snuff. I don't want to see that stuff. None of us should have been exposed to that. They've been doing a lot to us. They need to give us more money. Send more money. Because I can guarantee you that most of us are going to survive it, for real. I know I'm going to survive it. I haven't seen an increase of military planes hovering, but I can tell you that my spirits control the military, so y'all ain't got it too much. Don't worry about. It's not just my spirits. A lot of y'all other spirits. The only time the military is a problem is if you guys are out there doing a lot of that crazy stuff. That's when the military has to move in so people don't get out of hand. But the military don't, yeah, because a lot of y'all were worried about martial law and stuff like that. Listen, there's an even bigger problem. And I believe that it is that vaccine, because I've noticed that because when you get vaccinated, the energy, I know that it's something called shedding. So anytime somebody gets a vaccination of any kind, it's almost like those toxins will affect everybody around them. So everybody is kind of symptomatic because they've been, and I told people, I said, please, when they started giving the jab, people were pretty much healing from the whole situation, and then we had to go through it all over again. So just make sure y'all transmuting those energies, and I'll take the money because they owe us. They owe us. So I don't know what the hell it is that they want yet, but I can tell you that energetically, yeah, you shed your vaccine onto other people when you get it. And so I'll never get it. I trust God. So, if God saw fit to take me off of this earth, I'd know that I'd be going somewhere better. But, it's definitely not time for me to go. A lot of y'all have many, many years left, and you got to realize that eventually it's going to get better. This is a storm that is passing. It is. It is. But definitely sage and do those boils on the stove. And don't take that vaccine. Please don't. Cuz you're going to be endangering everybody around you. Okay? You're going to be endangering everybody. I don't know what they want. I guess the scary part about it is that I'm wondering if there is like an agenda to like kill off most of the people on this planet, and then why, you know. So I think that that's really sad. I try not to think about it. I do. I try not to think about it too much, because if you spend too much time thinking about the bad stuff, you won't be able to, be there for the good stuff. Okay, because you're gonna have to balance it. You're gonna have to say, okay, they throwing this at me, but you know what, I got all of this good right here, this goodness, and I'm going to enjoy the good things that I have. Okay, regardless to the negative. Seriously. uh I think it's a deep case of, I ain't even gonna say. So it's a new spread of it. Good grief. Where is it coming from? I guess I don't know. I ain't worrying about it. I ain't worrying about it because, so anyway, y'all make sure y'all get in Beltane. Don't let all that I believe it's all set up as a distraction is what I think. Okay, most of y'all on this earth are still gonna be here. Most of y'all. A lot of y'all be sure of it. Y'all be like, okay, I'm dying. This is the end. And then you'll see that you're still here. It's gonna be okay. you know? Yeah, yeah. And also another thing, there's supposed to be children. There's supposed to be children. These children energetically are going to heal. They're going to help. They're going to heal. And they are trying to stop them from coming. But they can't do it for too much longer because it's starting to affect them. The people that actually put these plans into place, it's affecting them. Okay? They didn't mean for it to affect them. That's just like when they started sprinkling crack over in the black neighborhoods. They didn't expect for the crack to get sprinkled in their neighborhood. Not saying it's a black white thing, but y'all know the crack epidemic was supposed to, it affected the inner city, but it actually ended up affecting all cities. So, and so yeah, I do believe it's an agenda, because the people that's running stuff, they really ain't got much good sense. They really don't. Yeah. Anyway, y'all just relax. If you're gonna get a cleanse, definitely get a consultation first though. Okay. Cleanses require a consultation, but many of y'all need it. Okay. It'll definitely help clear out a lot of that gunk. It's a lot of y'all that have a lot of gunk that built up. Y'all need to release that. Okay. And then also Beltane. Beltane is $60 to get into the circle, to get into my group. Okay. So let me just clarify this. I am a solitary practitioner. Okay. Now, my divine masculine, which is Alakun, he will have a lot to do with this ritual. And yes, he is very wealthy. Okay. But other than that, I'm a witch that works alone. I do. Okay. With the help, of course, of my family. My son, he helps me a lot. And then also my spiritual husband and my husband. So, I don't have a circle of witches. That's not, no, we're the circle of witches. Whoever decides to get into the group, all of the work is done by me. I order all the supplies. I charge all of the candles. I inscribe all of the candles. I spend a lot of my time doing this because it's a part of my job. So that's why I'm able to actually take the time to give you quality rituals, because I do this full time. I don't do no other job but this one. Okay. So just to there's no and throughout the years there's been no other witches that help me or work on the actual physical energy and the spiritual energy that I use for these rituals. I'm the one that writes the petitions. I'm the one that writes I'm the one that writes everything out, whether or not it's in Latin. I'm the one that does all the work. So the credit goes to me because and I think I'm gonna share with y'all in the community tab last year's Beltane ritual. It was extremely powerful last year. Extremely. And we ain't about to have, just don't be on that other agenda. And y'all know what I'm talking about. For real. Don't be about that other agenda, okay? Be about balancing out yourself, connecting to your higher self, which is self. Your higher self is self, okay? That's how you're going to draw in the divine masculine that you want, and then even possibly heal your relationships. So it's very, very healing, very, very powerful. We'll be doing that on it's April 31st, but it's May the 1st. So, and I probably will just be here for like, I ain't gonna, as we draw closer to that time, I'm not gonna really have a lot of time for a bunch of other crap. So, because a lot of people, if I'm not here, they'll start contacting me, because there's a lot of people that keep tabs on me in social media. That's a really bad way of keeping tabs on me, because when we draw closer to that ritual date, I'm going to be very, very busy, because this is a very, very important ritual. It's very, very important. So I'll be working, and I'll probably pop in and show y'all the candles and stuff like that. But otherwise, as far as the distraction, the lies, the bullcrap, the illusions being created and the delusions being created, I really ain't gonna have time for that, especially the whole month of May. The whole month of May. Okay, we're gonna have constant black candles going. Spirit is really, really working hard to dead all of that crap from the past and people from the past that don't serve your divine purpose. Okay? And if they don't respect your divine purpose, then they have to go. Because your divine purpose is going to lead you to where? The promised land is going to lead you to all things that you want. Why would you stay behind in a desperate situation, worrying and sick and half dead over people that are not a part of your spiritual future? They're just not. They don't even want to be a part of it. They would rather remain ignorant, and let them do that, because you know I can tell you that I have had an amazing 6 years. I have had an amazing 6 years, and I am very, very, very grateful and thankful to the universe, to my clients. I don't use my clients as props. You guys are not props. You're not pawns. You are people that are a part of me, that I helped. You are people that trusted me. And I love you guys for it. And so my clients have been popping in and out of Etsy, leaving reviews and stuff, because they love me so much. So, and I really, really appreciate that, like, to the bottom of my heart, honestly. Is it bad to cut cords divinely orchestrated? No, you don't want to cut, you don't never cut cords to, you can't cut cords to something. If a person is supposed to be a part of you or a part of your life, they just a part of you. Okay? If they're supposed to. It would be several signs of that, but it would depend. But yeah, you ain't supposed to be trying to cut cords. Trust me, I've tried it and it doesn't work. It don't work. Okay, you need to start trying to heal those cords. Is probably what the best thing for you is to do. Okay. Oh, I love you too. Hey, Rochelle, did you get in? Did you get in yet? I think I gotta go and look. I don't think anybody's gotten into Beltane yet. I don't think anybody has done it yet. I don't think we have had anybody. That's the first, but make sure y'all get in though, because and I'll be over here doing my job, keeping that good orgasmic energy flowing for y'all, because that's where it's at. That's where it's at. Okay. Yeah. So that the main thing that high priestesses have to make sure that they do is that when it's time to go to war, you go to war, but when it's time to get things in that divine order, and then also what we are receiving from the universe, we are receiving not just money, but very powerful healing energy. And it is very important for you to pay attention to that. It's very important for you to take advantage of that, especially right now with them trying to medically lay you to rest. Okay, trust the universe, and that's all it is to it, because it's happening. It's actually happening right now. And I've been getting a lot of rest and stuff, a lot of sleep. And I can definitely feel the difference in like what's going on, like this whole transition thing that we're going through. It's very powerful, you know? So, all right, y'all. I gotta go. Peace and love to all of y'all. Hit that thumbs up. Make sure that if you're new to the channel that you subscribe. But also, you gotta have a consultation in order to get a cleanse, and you gotta have a clean. You gotta pay for a cleanse to get a cleanse. Cleanses are very deep. We call them deep soul cleanses now. They are very, very powerful. It's one of the cheapest things that I sell as far as with rituals, which spirits want me to change that, because you get a lot. You get a lot of bang for your buck. Okay. So, all right, y'all. Peace and love. I'll see y'all later.